Hi, everybody. Amazon sellers. This is Chris McCabe of ecommercechris.com. I'm an former Amazonian in merchant risk and policy enforcement, performance evaluation. Now a consultant for Amazon sellers. I'm here again with Jason Boyce of Avenue 7 Media. How are you doing, Jason?
I'm great, Chris. How are you?
Good. I'm out of breath, apparently.
It happens.
Good to see you. I saw you in Seattle. You were a speaker at the Seller Velocity event last month, which went great. And we've just kept going in the meantime with conversations about what challenges sellers have in terms of getting their brands noticed, recognized, sold, launch strategies. And you and I were recently talking about ads. So I just wanted to catch up with you on what you think of challenges sellers face in terms of ad spend.
Yeah, I mean, the necessary evil, right? It didn't used to be like this. You used to be able, as a seller, a small seller without a big, deep ad budget, to be able to gain success on the Amazon platform. You just can't do that anymore. I mean, I'm seeing, many times to get even halfway above the first page search results for top keywords. So the top sellers are spending anywhere from $5,000 a month, $15,000 a month. Wow. I was looking at a competitor for one of my clients yesterday. They're spending $25,000 a month to drive traffic to one SKU. I mean,
one SKU, one ASIN.
Insane. Oh, it's nice. Insane.
That's nuts. So that's not scalable. That's not something they can do permanently. So what, do they immediately start looking at alternatives, or, how does it look from a strategy standpoint?
We're taking a much harder look and introducing off Amazon to Amazon marketing strategies much sooner than we used to. I think we're about to reach a tipping point where it'll be cheaper to drive Google PPC ads to your Amazon listing than it will be to drive Amazon traffic to your Amazon listing, which, just 3 years ago would have sounded like a crazy person was talking.
Right.
That's what we're seeing.
Now it's reality.
It's reality, yeah. And if you're just launching on Amazon, the clients that we're seeing that are having the most success, they already have a good, decent email customer list of existing clients that they have developed over the course of a year or several years, and they're just now deciding to launch an Amazon. We'll use the email list. We'll drive traffic to the Amazon listing.
Right.
Social media via landing page, but a lot more Google PPC ads, and it's madness to think that you have to do that now, but it's pay to play now, Chris.
And then also all the furor around product reviews, right? And questions about, will you be able to continue to ask for reviews? Or is Amazon about to delete a bunch of reviews? We saw in the last purge of reviews, they deleted some legit ones along with possibly fake ones. And are people just developing strategies that are less focused on reviews, knowing that reviews are part of the algorithm? It's kind of hard to stay away from them. But at the same time, there's so much friction on the topic. So are you just developing a strategy that's less review focused?
Well, we don't do any of the gray hat or black hat tactics to get reviews. I tell my clients, and they don't like to hear it a lot of times, the best way to get reviews is to have a great product, do an awesome listing, find ways to drive traffic to it, sell it, and make customers happy. But unfortunately, a lot of times when you're dealing with some bad actors out there, it's hard to catch them if they're using sort of these nefarious ways, against POS ways to get product reviews. But I mean, we've been doing this for a long time. There's all kinds of things we used to do to get product reviews. The only thing we do now is we ask.
You ask once.
We ask once. Yeah, and we do it actually through Amazon Seller Central. Sometimes we'll use, some of the feedback feedback tools that are out there. But I don't know. I honestly, I don't have any good above board ways to add product reviews.
I mean, they had several tools in the past, but of course, those are limited now because they were all abused, right?
Yep, exactly.
Amazon picked them off one by one. Now the message for a suspended seller, you've been suspended for reviews abuse, is like 18 bullets long instead of 5. And that's because they keep adding, another log on the fire, basically.
Yeah.
Taking more of these things away. So, I mean, does that just push you towards influencers, making sure you get noticed in other off Amazon marketing?
It's interesting. I'm actually doing some heavy research onto influencers right now to see if we can get some help for our clients through them. The Amazon influencer program is out there now, and it's interesting. We're dabbling in it right now, and we hope that can work. But, the more you used to be able to have an Amazon only strategy, but it's not that way anymore. You have to have a content marketing strategy. You have to have a successful email marketing strategy. You have to be able to handle ads not only on Amazon, but all the off Amazon places as well. You really have to incorporate a digital marketing strategy that you would normally use to drive traffic to your own e-commerce website. You have to employ that now to have success on Amazon. It's maddening because at least when you drive traffic to your own site, the conversion rates aren't going to be as high as Amazon, but at least you don't have to give them 15 points after you sell it.
Right. So what does that look like? Is that Facebook ads? Do you hire Instagram models to use your product and you start using Instagram? I mean, how diverse does that strategy have to be?
All the above. Anything and everything that you can do. Some of them will work for, depending on, sometimes it's product specific. Certainly some of our beauty categories do great with Instagram and some of those clients, but yeah, it's anything and everything that you can do to drive page views and clicks to your Amazon ads. And if this trend keeps going with the cost per click, I mean, I remember when cost per click was 25 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents. I never see under $1. I see anywhere from $3 to $8 a click now on Amazon, and I never thought I would see that. I shouldn't say I never thought I would see that. I knew it was coming, because we saw this movie before with Google PPC ads back in the day. Anytime there's a bidding process and there's no controls, then things get out of hand, and it's just funny that things are coming full circle, and now we're driving traffic from Google PPC.
Well, you even have to be careful about discounts, right? Because if a discount is or even appears in any way to be associated with an increase in sales or an increase in product reviews,
you're yellow flagged.
Editor might report you, or Amazon's algorithms might pick it up. So you have to even be careful about, which we can argue about the percentages of discounts and so forth, but the bottom line is you have to be careful with anything you do to promote your product on Amazon, to market yourself. And that's not what people are used to hearing. Outside of Amazon, elsewhere in the world, you're supposed to be promoting your product in all kinds of ways that, as long as you're not illegal, you're promoting it and getting yourself out there. But in Amazon, you have to be so extra careful about it. So you must have a speech prepared for new people watching, right? Like, we're going to get you out there. It's a fine line you have to walk, because this is a service you're providing as an agency manager, and owner. But to these brand owners, you're talking to them about, you have to do it the right way, the careful way. So aggressively promote yourself, but carefully.
Everyone agrees with that phrase when I tell it to them at first, but then when they get to like month 3 or 4 and the sales aren't doing what the top sellers are doing, and then they start to come back and say, well, what about this tactic? I'm like, we're not going to do that. If you want to be here long term, you got to go somewhere else, because we don't do those tactics. So it's easy for anyone when they first launch to say, we'll do it the right way, but if they're not having the success that they're hoping right out of the gate, then sometimes they'll change their mind.
When it comes to reviews, there's no gray hat anymore. There's no real middle of the road. The black is big and the white chunk is big, and they've squeezed out the gray.
Absolutely.
At least that's how Amazon views it. I mean, we can, like I said, debate, discount percentages and the finer points, but Amazon's been pushed into a corner and pressured to see this as a very black and white world. And unfortunately, it makes it tougher in terms of launching a new brand. So I'm sure you're telling people they might have to lose a little money in the beginning on spend before they start.
I'm telling everyone they have to lose money for months in the beginning. And if they don't have the ad spend dollars, but let's say they've got a little inventory, then I say, well, how about we come in at some deep discounts and really get this thing below market so that we can get some traction that way immediately at launch. And then it's just, immediately going into the off Amazon to Amazon marketing strategy.
Sound advice for sure. I mean, maybe that's not what everyone wants to hear.
Nobody wants to hear that.
Inside the door, they think like, oh, Amazon, great. Now we're really going to take off. Selling 10 times what we did last year. And instead you tell them they have to lose money for a few months.
Yeah, exactly. And these, a lot of these poor founders they sunk all their money into creating a great product to begin with. And now they've got to lose money. It's really a challenge.
I've seen my share of those. Well, great. Thanks for joining me today. Again, Jason Boyce of Avenue 7 Media. Where can people reach you if they want to talk to you?
You can email me directly, Jason@Avenue, the word spelled out, number7media.com. They can reach me through you because we talk often and we commiserate on some things that are happening in the marketplace. And just always a pleasure to speak with you, Chris.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. And I'll follow up, let you know if I have any questions that come through my site, which is, of course,
Great.
ecommercechris.com. And I'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds great. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.
Take care.
You too.